A screening vehicle is rolling out to help combat Australia's deadliest cancer. Lung cancer has a 67% survival rate if detected early, but close to 2/3 present when the disease is advanced, and the survival rate then is only 5%. This new facility is hitting the road from today for World Lung Cancer Day, and it is aiming to significantly improve those figures. Joining us now is Australian Cancer Research Foundation CEO, Kerry Stranham. Kerry, thank you for your time. Appreciate it. I assume you like this just to be the first step. I mean, one screening truck can only get to so many people, I guess. Is it time for a national lung cancer screening program, do you think?
It is indeed, and in fact, the good news is that that has been announced. However, the budget's now been made available, but it's going to take some time to get that fleet on the road. And more importantly, what we're doing with this first mobile lung cancer screening platform is actually researching the use of the best standard of care, which is CT imaging, with some precision oncology biomarkers. So looking to see if we can detect lung cancer early through breath testing and blood testing. The other point is that lung cancer has a greater proportional impact on Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people, people in regional and rural areas, and those generally of lower socioeconomic status. So with this mobile screening platform, we'll be able to go out into the regions to help these people and to ensure equitable access to the screening program.
Kerry, I think when we think of lung cancer, a lot of us assume it's mainly smokers we're talking about here. What do the stats actually show about who it is that's getting lung cancer?
Look, smoking does not help, and about 80% of lung cancers are due to people who have smoked, or, there is a high risk correlation between smoking and lung cancer. But the incidence of lung cancer in non-smokers is also increasing. It is, as you said, the leading cause of death from cancer for both men and women, and sadly, over 8,600 people would have lost their lives to lung cancer in 2022. So this mobile screening unit will definitely save lives.
And so what are the symptoms people should be aware of? What are the prompts that people should pay attention to go and get this sort of screening?
Look, I think half the challenge is that lung cancer generally presents fairly late, but the sort of most common symptoms of lung cancer are perhaps a cough that doesn't go away or actually gets worse. Coughing up blood or some sort of rust-coloured sputum is a fairly common sign. One looks for chest pain, and often that sort of is worsening with deep breathing, with coughing, even laughing, sometimes hoarseness, sometimes loss of appetite, perhaps some unexplained weight loss, shortness of breath, and just really feeling tired and weak.
You mentioned these breath and blood biomarkers that are being used now. Just tell us a bit more about those. How successful have they been in terms of picking up lung cancer? Do you think we'll get to the point where we could just use those biomarkers instead of having to go through the full scanning process?
Well, this is the hope, and this is what this research program funded by the Australian Cancer Research Foundation seeks to be looking at, because you can imagine it's a lot easier sending out a small van with some breath and biomarker equipment than lugging a huge, very, very heavy CT scan around. But that is the best standard of care at this stage. So when we are detecting cancer, we use that. And at this stage, we have to send that out on this truck, which you can imagine will hit the road. But the hope, there has been some pre-research done within the lab environment, and it's looking promising. But obviously, there are all sorts of complexities with sending samples from regional and remote areas back to the lab for testing, the transition of the images across telemedicine networks. All of this has to be researched, and the hope is that this pilot study funded by Australian Cancer Research Foundation will inform the national program with evidence and back that up and make it a truly national program.
Kerry Stratton, best of luck with it. Really appreciate you taking the time to share that with us. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.